Well, I mean, for me, man, like it's obviously it's an appearance, right? It's an appearance thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say for some people it could be a game changer because they don't really put too much into their appearance, specifically with
Mm-hmm.
the grooming. And like at the end of the day, like those are the essentials. People are going to notice that you have long nails. People are going to notice that you have bad smelling breath. People are going to notice that your hair is all disheveled. People will notice the first thing that you present to them, and that's usually your appearance. And
Yeah,
grooming
definitely.
is a really big part of that.
Yeah, no. This is a conversation between friends.
None of what is said here should be taken as legal advice.
We are not experts in any way.
Take what resonates and leave the rest.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Shots of Info once again. For the topics on today, on foundations, we have grooming. On finance, no more Jeff Bezos. Big news for today. We also have some big drops on AMC and GameStop and other news updates. All right, so let's get it started. Grooming. Walk me
All right,
through
bro.
your grooming routine.
So my grooming routine. Well, at this point, in terms of the hair, I'm not doing anything. I'm just growing it out. Makes it super convenient. So you trim the face. You got to make sure. Well, see, one of the difference between you and me is that you don't grow hair, and I do. So trimming of the legs is usually some sort of a priority at some point. Not too much though, because otherwise I don't want silky smooth legs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's not my preference.
Just wax it.
No, actually.
Just wax it.
Kill me. You would have to kill me first. And yeah, just keep everything nice and trimmed. What about you?
Well, hair is not the only part of the grooming section, I would say. So my routine involves, I've been dealing with acne for quite some time now, due to stress and hormones, I guess. And I've been using this cleanser from CeraVe, and in the shower, do that, June. And then on the back, I have another one for the chest and the back because I've been growing some acne there too. So chun. Everything trim, everything trim down there. Face, I'm trying to let this grow a little bit more, but the mustache, it grows, but it's so rare, so I just had to cut it off. Like it looks so awful. Then when it comes to my hair, I try not to use shampoo every single day, so I usually skip one day, because according to my sisters, using shampoo every day or washing it every day is bad for you. And I was gonna ask you that because you say make it a little bit easier with the long hair, but I know like with the longer hair it means more, you have to like treat it more.
A little bit more maintenance, I would say.
Yeah, it's more maintenance because like how girls do, you gotta get into the routine now.
You gotta comb it, you gotta wash it, you gotta put oil on it. You gotta, there's a couple different things.
I do those things.
So I would say
another thing too. Also, before you go, nails. So my nails, they have to be cut off. I don't like, because I spend a lot of time on my keyboard. If I let them to grow too much, they get annoying. So that usually once a week after shower, boom. When it comes to my feet, I hate cutting my nails from my feet. So I do that like every 3 weeks or a month. So that's the only thing that is annoying to do it. What other thing? When it comes to moisturizing like on your face, I try to do it twice a day. So when I wake up, wash my face, brush my teeth, and moisturize my face. Very important because I tend to have like a little oily and sometimes too dry because of the acne products that I use. But overall, I feel like brushing your teeth is very important. Do that when you wake up and when you go to sleep, because else, it's just awful. That's something that one of the first thing. Well, maybe now because we're using a mask, it's not that straightforward. But if you were not, even if you were using your mask, you're gonna get all the senses right there. And another thing too is don't forget to wash your tongue, because like that's kind of nasty too if you don't do it.
I hope so.
Yeah, but
Some
I
people
think
don't
that's
wash their tongue, man.
what.
That some people don't wash their tongue.
Yeah, it's awful, and you can tell whenever they speak, and
Smell it.
it's like really white. That's where the smelly part comes from. So be careful with those. Other than that, my routine for grooming is very simplistic. Everything, clean, but and organized. But yeah.
Right. Pretty much have a similar routine, except I don't get as much in terms of the acne there.
Mhm.
But obviously acne could be caused due to hormonal imbalances and things like that. But a lot of it could be attributed to your nutrition and your diet. So
Right.
the cleaner the food, the less processed, the less modified, genetically modified, usually the better off you're going to be.
No,
But
absolutely.
yeah.
Just to piggyback from that, you gotta.
Mhm.
Acne is not just your nutrition, because my nutrition is very clean, but it's also genetics. Like some of our people, don't lie.
Little too much with the beer. Little too much with the beer.
Well, not even. Like I haven't drank beer since like 2 weeks ago. Actually, yeah. Because but no. So like I was saying, like some of my male figures in my family, they have acne. They had deal with like really severe acne, and well, it's also something's in the genes. So
And there could also be something to the fact that sometimes people don't wash their skin properly.
that too.
Like they sweat a lot, they do a lot of activities throughout the day, and they don't properly wash their skin.
Mhm.
And then there's usually this buildup of this dirt and grime on the skin that eventually can lead to acne, right? So you got to make sure that whenever you're being super active, that you be really diligent about how cleanly you are.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really care too much about my face until I realized that that's pretty much your face. Gotta take care of it. But yeah, other than that, grooming is very
So
important, especially if you're a man. I feel like men or female, grooming it should be like essential part of your routine every single day. What do you think?
now, here's the question for you:
Hmm.
you women, do they have to be clean shaven, or you don't mind stubble down there?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind stubble?
No, I don't mind it. I have been with girls that had some bush in down there.
No,
Do you
what if they
mind?
have a bush?
Huh?
Would you mind a bush?
No, I don't mind the bush. That's what I'm saying.
You don't mind the bush?
I don't mind the bush. Do you?
Damn.
That's just nature, bro. Like
That's true.
just think about back days when they didn't have shaves. Do you
See,
think
but
huh?
here's the problem.
Right.
Sometimes like bacteria and particles get trapped in the hair there, and you're not washing that properly. That has a tendency of leaving a bad odor. So,
That's true. No, definitely that's true. Like when I said I don't have a preference on it, is that I don't mind it, but yeah, I do have a preference on like being clean.
exactly. And usually it's easier to be more cleanly.
That's true.
If
But yeah.
you're fully, well, not fully shaped, but trimmed down as much as possible, if not fully shaven. But yeah, in terms of just the basic grooming routine, usually every 1 to 2 weeks, I usually go through the hair, the nails. I don't really do too much in terms of the acne or really face scrubbing or anything like that. Usually, like when I was younger, I used to deal with it a lot, and I used to use products, but for some reason, it didn't particularly help. And I usually found that the main issues were either stress from life, like usually kind of brought up right upon acne. But the thing that really got to me was actually peanut butter. I think it might be vegetable oil, but whatever is in peanut butter, just like the regular one that you can get at a store, that just brings it all on in terms of acne. So I had to completely eliminate that.
Okay.
Let's see. Anything else?
Wait. Just to mention this, you said that you go to a salon to do like your nails and hair.
No. Okay. I said I do my nails every week or so, so I just trim them. So usually I just trim them down to like the littlest bitty piece there, because I don't like dealing with like manicures or anything like that.
Wait, have you ever gotten a manicure or pedicure?
Once.
Really? I had got a pedicure once. Manicure. Did you say you loved it?
It was nice. I can't say it was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first time experience. It was just to see what it was like. Nothing too crazy.
You know what? They massage your foot. I like that. When they cut your nails.
But,
Yeah, it's
but at that point, you can kind of just go get a body massage and get your feet massaged as well there, and everything else.
Oh, sometimes you just gotta treat yourself,
Yeah. In terms of the hair, just because I'm growing it out, usually I wash it within every 3 or 4 days or so. Especially if I'm doing a lot of cardio or I'm sweating a lot. Usually that builds up a lot of bad odors in the hair, so you want to be careful about that. And then just combing it pretty much every day whenever I'm not doing anything. Make sure it's all straightened out. I have it up in the ponytail now, so if I let it go, brings all the girls. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the grooming.
Yeah, no. So why is this important? Why grooming is important for you?
Well, I mean, for me, man, like it's obviously it's an appearance, right? It's an appearance thing, and I would say it from some people it could be a game changer because they don't really put too much into their appearance, specifically with the grooming. And like at the end of the day, like those are the essentials. People are going to notice that you have long nails. People are going to notice that you have bad smelling breath. People are going to notice that your hair is all disheveled. People will notice the first thing that you present to them, and that's usually your appearance. And grooming is a really big part of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And saying similar for me, I feel like the way that you carry yourself or like the way that you treat your body and you maintain it, it tells a lot about you in the sense that, you're willing to, you prioritize you're the priority in your life.
Is this shaky right now? Is my camera
Yes,
shaking? It's really shaky, right? It's like I'm out in the middle of an earthquake.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But no, so going back to the point is that, well, like you mentioned, your appearance is something that the people are going to take a look, like as soon as they meet you or as soon as you talk. And the way that you treat yourself, the way that you maintain your body, the way that you maintain it, it tells a lot about you, and as well, it's just gonna give you a more better presentation around you. And if you're a man, it's gonna be more attracted towards you because you take care of yourself and you put priority on you. And yeah, I feel like that's one of the reasons. Like, I always try to, I always try to be on the top on when it comes to like my grooming and all that. Now, when it comes to cologne is really good, but don't exaggerate. I would say that. I feel like, just do poop, poop. That's all you need. You don't need to exaggerate it. It just feels like you're overcompensating for it. So be light on that cologne.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, yeah, you don't want to drown yourself in cologne because that has a tendency of just, it can become a very overpowering smell.
Right.
And especially for somebody that, tries to mask odors with colognes, there's still that underlying sense there. So that doesn't really, take that away. You got to make sure that you're washing yourself properly.
It's just a mask that you're putting on top of you, like a layer. But it's eventually gonna, fade away. Just be careful with that. But your like natural odor, like like if you're clean, your natural scent is just gonna take over eventually if you take care of your body properly. But good, I think that covers that topic of grooming. Very important, and do it daily. And just maintain your body because it tells a lot of the person that you are. Cool.
For sure.
Anything else to add to that topic?
Right. No, just make sure, wash your butt. That's it.
That's true. Make sure that you wash it very nicely too.
Make sure, you can get what's this thing called now? A bidet? Where it kind of like shoots water into your butthole to clean it out properly.
Oh, the toilets?
Yeah,
bro, Japan has those. I've been wanting to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan just because of the toilets. So clean.
You can get it as a separate attachment for the toilet now. I think it runs you about like $80 or so for your toilet at home. Yeah.
or that's just a game changer right there.
Yeah, you don't
Anyways.
have to, stick your fingers in there and get your nails out there.
It's such a little cut your nails.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's tough. Anyways, let's move on to the next topic of the day, which is Jeff Bezos. What happened today?
So apparently I wasn't even paying attention, but I just saw on the news that he stepped down as CEO of Amazon.
Yes, absolutely. And this actually served as a catalyst for Google. I don't know if you saw the nice jump that he gave afterwards. Now, this is what happened. So today was Amazon's earnings report, actually. So I'm gonna read that the earnings report first, and we can go dive into the Jeff Bezos situations. So Amazon had itself a quarter as company crushed Wall Street's estimates, topping 100 billion in revenue for the first time ever. So the expected profits were 14.09, and shit, it was double of what it was expected. So expectations was 7.23. Now revenue, it grew 38% from last year. So the most interesting part of the call wasn't earnings though. It was announced that CEO and founder Jeff Bezos will step down and transition to executive chair. He will be replaced by AWS CEO Andy Jassy. So who knows what Jeff Bezos has on his agenda next? I feel like he definitely will put a little bit more focus on his what is his
I'm trying to go out to space. Space
yeah, the
exploration?
company. Is it Galactics?
Virgin Galactic.
Is it Virgin Galactics?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, oh no, it's something with blue. I forgot the name, but he has his own kind of like something like SpaceX, but it's for like Jeff Bezos. Now, this is what it was on the earnings report or like in the documents. Amazon is what Amazon is what it is because of invention. We do crazy things together and then make them normal. We pioneer customer reviews, one-click personalized recommendations, Prime's insanely fast shipping, just walk out of shopping the climate pledge, Kindle, Alexa, marketplace, infrastructure, cloud, computer, career choices, and much more. If you do it right a few years after surprising inventions, the new thing has become normal. People yawn. That yawn is the greatest compliment an inventor can receive. When you look at our financial results, what you're actually seeing are the long-run community results of inventions. Right now, I see Amazon at its most inventive ever, making it an optimal time for these transactions. So Amazon was 1% in the after hours. What are some of your thoughts on what Bezos said when he shared this to the press?
No, man, I feel like he's pretty much done what he wants to do with Amazon. Like he's literally he's built an empire when it comes to just e-commerce, right? Like everything moving forward is going to be compared to what Amazon does. And, little by little, Amazon has been taking over everything related to retail, right? They're acquiring more like physical branch locations, like literally buying out whole malls in order to use those as warehouses, just because everybody buys from Amazon.
Yeah, I know. And another thing too, that shipping. We cannot forget about the shipping business that they got into lately, and offered their services to President Biden to carry on with some of the deliverment of the vaccines. So
the guy he was the richest man for a while there, right? And I think right now he still is. Slightly keep fluctuating between him and Elon Musk. They keep going back and forth, but at the end of the day, he hit whatever the target was when it comes to Amazon, and now he just has to move on to something else. The grind must go on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's surprising how much he grew with the company and how far he took Amazon when it comes to starting as a bookstore, starting as a online bookstore, like from his garage, and what it has become in this past decades is just amazing. Just the creation of one man. But of course, there's a team and there's a story that we are not aware of. And one day we might be able to see a documentary behind how Amazon has grown exponentially. with all the business that it had dived into, because it's not just the e-commerce business, but they are one of the biggest competitors on cloud services, even on financials, in all the grocery stores. There's so much that they have been doing, branching out, that it has become literally a monopoly. And we'll see how far it can reach until it's a stop or some new competition comes along that really, really battles Amazon. And Walmart seems on the lookout for it.
And now, I mean, like, if Amazon falls apart because he's not in the lead, well, now we know what was driving that company, right? But if it continues beyond, that means, he cemented a legacy that will live beyond him. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
cheers to that.
Well, I feel like he will still be having some influence as a executive chair. There will definitely be some major changes on the leadership on Amazon. And yeah, we'll see what happens next. Now, another company that announced their earnings reports was Google. So Google Alphabet parent company posted records quarterly numbers, but its cloud business struggled. So the numbers are not as amazing as Amazon's, but it was trading above $2,000 after hours. Alibaba was another company that released their earnings reports today, and they actually looking into, the company's cloud division was profitable for the first time in Q3, and their numbers they beat expectations, and they are 46% from the last year. But surprisingly, Alibaba has been struggling daily, so he actually dropped 3.8% after hours. Yeah.
I mean, it's still a long-term plan. It's still I'm pretty sure it's the second biggest e-commerce. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, they target the biggest market that on the world, which is China.
Exactly. So it's just they're striking distance away from just getting to Amazon level. They just have to hit them. Just do another control.
For sure. Well, it's time to talk about the meme stock, GameStop and AMC. So these stocks got chopped, literally, chopped cheese. Nah, they got chopped. GameStop dropped 60% and AMC tumbled 41%. Thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know, man. I think we're gonna. Do you have any music there we can play for
right?
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Man. So it seems like I guess the shorts got back into those positions and just destroyed it. Looks like we didn't have any diamond hands moving forward. I guess everybody was just paper hands selling, not holding the line. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't really anticipate.
It was for
I think. Yeah, for sure. Because one of the things is like, in terms of market cap and capitalization, like retail investors make up like at least 1/4, right? And institutions and hedge funds and things like that, they make up the other 3/4. So once those people really get serious and really start pouring money into, if they want to short something, relative to the retail traders, you're not really going to be able to compete. They outnumber you 3-1. But at least moving forward, there is a sentiment in terms of what could happen if these companies start overextending and start really beating down companies that shouldn't really be down as much as it was. Because AMC, at least when it was operating, was somewhere within a $20 to $30 stock, right? When the movie theaters were back up. But then it dropped as low as, what was it? Less than $1, less than $2.
It was less than $1.
That's way, like, in terms of just like percentages and how everything was working out to be, that was way too dramatic of a drop to be sustainable. So there was another external catalyst that was forcing that price to stay as low as it was. And now we know what that was.
Right, but you cannot forget that AMC, for example, it had some fundamentals behind like the business, like why it dropped too low, whereas for like the pandemic and all that. Well, yeah, I think nothing in this works forever. Like you can outperform the market or just with certain stocks at least one times or maybe a few times. But it's the big guys, the sharks. They're eventually gonna pour some money to get corrected, and well, they're always gonna win ultimately. Or put it into turn the tables around, you know. But it
And
was
if they
nice to see
don't,
that.
they usually get bailouts, right? From the
Exactly.
government. So it's a lose-lose situation. But you could always trade the fluctuations. So
Mm-hmm.
don't think that there's no bright side to this or there's no light at the end of the tunnel. And I
Yeah.
don't think we're done with this either. I think there's going to be more to this within the coming days, if not weeks.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we will see how the retail traders can challenge the big guys, and it will be really interesting to be part of that movement. That's something that we haven't seen in history, honestly. But yeah, so AMC and GameStop, they got their good run. A lot of people made tons of dollars from it. A lot of brokerage got discredited, such as Robinhood, and it was history, honestly. So good. Now let's move on to other news. Pot stocks popped today. Tilray rallied 22%, and the marijuana ETF MG marched 9.8 to close at its highest price since September 2019. So good news coming on the marijuana business, the pot, or what we like to call it, um, alternative agriculture,
Mm-hmm.
to be fancy. But good. So today, Uber announced its acquisitions of Drillsy, the alcohol delivery service, in a deal worth over 1.1 billion. Cheers to that. Salud. It's empty though.
That's
So,
more cool.
it's definitely. I mean, Uber is definitely looking into the future of like delivering and growing its portfolio on that aspect. So in the imminent future, Uber looks to incorporate Drizzly services into its Uber Eats app. Although a representative confirmed Drizzly will remain a standalone app for now. Additionally, Uber hopes to expand Drizzly's list of local sellers in available cities. Currently, the service is available over 1,400 locations in the US. The deal is expected to close in the first half of 2021. We couldn't be more excited. Not really. I have a liquor
Well,
store right there. So
same.
I can walk. But yes, so that's one. Now we have a team. Two major companies have partnered up. So this is 2023 power couple, Ford and Google. They announced a partnership in 2023 to bring Google's AI, machine learning, and data expertise to Ford and Lincoln vehicles. This is gonna put a lot of advantage on Ford over Tesla when it comes to like self-driving car. Think
Yeah,
about the
that's gonna
data
be
that Google
interesting.
has.
For sure. I mean, you would have to understand, like, one of the things that Tesla has is the fact that it's basically those two companies in one, right?
Mhm.
It has a lot of this data that Google has, but it has all the manufacturing that Ford has. So,
Well, I wouldn't really compare the data that Tesla has on over Google. I'm pretty sure that the way that they have or they collect data is through buying it. So Google also is in the business of that. But Google, just think about Google Maps. Google Maps is the maps used worldwide. They literally have all the routes that can be implemented in that AI over the car to like go from point A to point B in any remote area in the US and outside the US. So we will see how this technology really improves in the next 5 years or so. So the partnership is called Team Up Shift. Will bring Google Maps, Google's voice assistants, and Play Store access to Ford and Lincoln cars via an Android operating system. So really interesting to see new partnerships into these new years. And yeah,
see how this turns out.
absolutely. We gotta see if this brings innovations and competition as well. Because Tesla has grown so much, but at the same time, everything comes to an end. So we will see how long can be the king. All right, that's pretty much it for my end on the news. What today? You got something for me?
Awesome.
Trading
Oh, okay.
something interesting?
So yeah, terms of just keeping up to date in terms of trading. I sold all the positions that I had yesterday. It was trading Mara, which is a Bitcoin mining company, Blink, and Neo. Those ended up pretty positive for the day, so ended up with a little over $300 profit. So that's nice. Yeah, we're just gonna go into tomorrow, fresh, no positions. Let's see how that turns out. Everything seems to be coming up very nicely. The overall market is bouncing back in a pretty positive way. I think the Nasdaq is at all-time highs right now. So I'm not mistaken.
Well, we are at 13,629, and
nice.
you are correct. Well, every major index finished higher today. The Nasdaq and the Dow Jones Industrial Average both advanced over 1.5%. The sector also settled in positive territories. Financials flew 2.42, consumer discretionary and industrials both gained 2.12. Crypto crept a little bit higher. Ethereum broke above 1,500 for the first time ever, while Bitcoin bounced at 6%. So yeah, the markets are very stable for today. I mean, on the positive side, but we'll see how long it can hold. Because if we see the pattern from yesterday, by the ratio by the end of last Tuesday, we were on a positive momentum. But Wednesday, that's when things crash.
We're getting a lot of fluctuations into a week now, right? Like every other day is a nice uptrend and then a nice drop for like 2 or 3 days. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I mean, obviously there's a lot of opportunity to trade the fluctuations, right? Buy low, sell high, or as everything is starting to drop, you can trade that, right?
Oh, you can add more to your portfolio, long-term portfolio, always.
Exactly. What was it? Tesla dropped below 800 and it's already almost back to 900, right? And
right, yeah, I know.
In the span of like 3 days.
Absolutely.
So there's opportunities across the board here. You just got to make sure to go watching the right stuff.
For sure, for sure. Very good, guys. That's it for today. We'll see you on Friday. Peace out.
What the is we doing?